Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider. Welcome back to another review, and today we're taking a look at the T-Rex. So, to get things going, we'll take a look at the packaging. And here we have the tube that the build comes in. You get the logo on the front, you got a little T-Rex there. You have one shape, endless possibility. Possibility? Alright then. You get so many pieces. And you get some other words and whatnot on there. And well, it's just a simple tube. Not really too complicated going on here. Which, honestly, kind of reflects the build itself. And onto the instructions. Once again, you get that logo. Fold it out. It tells you how to build everything. And something I kind of appreciate about these instructions is when they tell you, like, where to add new pieces, they kind of black out everything else so you can clearly see what are supposed to be added, which is really neat. I mean, I usually don't have trouble with that type of thing, but for people who do, that's really nice. And then on the back, we got advertisements for some other builds. And one last thing. Love that sound. Anyways, onto the figure. And here we have the T-Rex. Now, the reason why the line is called is because the entire thing is constructed using this one singular shape. Which, focus. For crying out loud. Will you focus? Thank you. And the shape looks like two plus signs stuck together. That would have flown a bit more smoother if my camera focused quicker. Anyways. And just due to the nature of the build, the figure can't really... Goodness, my camera's having trouble focusing today. It can't really move all that much. All you can really do is just open the jaw, and you can kind of move the head a little bit. So that's pretty much it for articulation. But as for the details, it looks pretty neat. I mean, the fact that it's made out of one singular shape, they managed to get the silhouette of a T-Rex pretty good. They managed to get that down quite nicely. I mean, it's fairly recognizable. I do enjoy that. And while the majority of the figure is made up of these brown and red pieces, the eye is a translucent yellowy green piece, which looks quite nice. It just looks really nice. They even managed to get a little tongue in the mouth. Oh, focus. There you go. Got a tongue. Although, I'm not really a big fan of the tongue. I usually leave it out because it makes the connection of the jaw really loose. I just leave it out so I don't have to worry about the jaw falling off. But other than that, the build is quite nice, and I do enjoy it. It's nice and simple, although I don't really know how they can make it complicated considering it's just one shape but used a bunch of times. But I think this one's quite nice. I mean, out of all of the builds that I've seen, I think the T-Rex is actually one of their bests. Their bests? Yeah, I don't think that's a word. I'm just speaking gibberish. Is one of their better looking ones. So yeah, and can't really think of much else to say, so just on to the size comparisons. So to start things off, as always, here it is with a Lego minifigure. With the Packet Destruction minifigure Mothra. With the Packet Destruction minifigure Godzilla. With the Lego Dino Ambush Attack. Pay no mind to the minifigure missing. They're elsewhere and I didn't feel like getting them. With the Transformers Power of the Prime Slash. With the Hammond Collection Jurassic Park T-Rex. And finally, here it is with the previous review, the Buzzworthy Orange and Jazz. Now that that's all done, it's measuring time. So, the T-Rex stands at about basically 3 inches tall. and is almost 6.5 inches long, so not too big, not too small. Just a neat little sized figure. And overall, I like him. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet little dude. Build is quite nice. Like I said, pretty clearly a T-Rex. Some of the other plus builds are not as obvious as what they're trying to be, so I do quite like the way this one turned out. And you get enough spare pieces left over to where you can build a little hat. You can put it on. Ain't that nice? Look at that. Just look at that. So yeah, I do quite like this little guy. Now, if you wanted one for yourself, I have absolutely no idea if it's still in stores, but I did find one on eBay that was like $20, which, considering this thing was like $7 originally, no. Just no. So, yeah, I only recommend getting this guy if you can find it more around that original $7 price range, but yeah, it's your money, spend it however you wish. But I do quite like this little T-Rex thing. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. Really starting off the year with a simple one, aren't I? But yeah, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed. See you later. Sayonara. Bye.